Yo, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be doing yet another subscriber VOD review. This is a VOD review of one of my subscribers. He plays on Nintendo Switch, and his name is MVN. And he cannot record his screen. He can only record like his TV like with an actual camera. So that's what he's doing here. And basically this endgame is a scrim endgame. It's a solo scrim endgame where there's about 45 people. So I'd say it's decently stacked. And also, in this video is going to be primarily focused on how and when to rotate, what you're going to do while you're rotating, and how to find free rotates, how to basically push yourself to that top 5, top 10 mark in endgame and try to get more placement points. So yeah, I'm just gonna play and we can go ahead, you know? So yeah. So right here, he's on the edge of fort zone, which is very good. That's actually what you want to try to do. If you're on the edge of fort zone, it's very good because you want to try to position yourself where the half and half circle may pull, so you're in a good spot for that. And I'm just going to fast forward a little bit because this zone does last for quite some time. So yeah, looking right here, this is a great trick to utilize, and I like that you're in a 2x1. Oftentimes, when you're in a scrim game or a stacked end game, never try to be in just one box. Try to make two so that you can have more angles, more peaks, and you can just like look in more ways. And if you get sprayed from one angle, then you have another angle to retreat to. And also, if you guys don't know, there's this trick where you can basically edit your wall like kind of like the 6, like the 3 down, 3 down. And then you can put your cone up and then hold your cone at it, and you'll be able to see through that completely, like, clearly. So I'd say that that's arguably one of the best ways to peek in endgame. It might even be better than, like, cone peeking. But, yeah. So, I'm just going to be forwarding. We're going to see where this zone pulls. Yep, nice job cone peeking. And one thing I like that he's doing, he's always doing something. He's never kind of just, like, sitting around. He's always, you know, doing something, always thinking about something that's going to happen. That's very good. Alright. Oh, I want to see where zone pulls. Smart choice to late rotate this. That's really good. Why is there we go. So, right here, I'm just going to generally point one thing out. You're right here. And the best rotate for you here would basically just be to go this way. To go wrap the most dead side of zone where there's not as many people, which I'm assuming that is, and then make your way over to where you need to be, which is this little area. A majority of people are most likely also are going to be like, I'll show you, like I'm going to try to highlight it. A majority of people are going to be right here, but if you get right into the edge, which is like this little area that I just made a circle with, that's the best place for you to be. So if you can get there, that would just be like pretty much a free zone, and like you wouldn't really need to use too many mats or utility. And you do have, I'm pretty sure, like 2 shockwaves. I'm pretty sure, I don't know how many though. It's either 4, 3, or 2. So yeah. Alright. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't see where you got here from. Oh, you shockwave. Okay. So you shockwave, and then... yeah, so it's just generally a good idea to try and save your utility for the later zones. Not like, if you like need to use it, obviously, then like go ahead. But you have a lot of mats, so you could have just simply like kind of wrapped the dead side of zone and just used a couple of mats to block yourself. You would have wasted like probably 200. It wouldn't have even been like a waste. It would have been pretty useful. So yeah. There's no reason to be tarping in brick if you're not in zone yet. You can just save that brick and save the hard mats and just tarp in wood if you actually have. Do you have wood? Yeah, you do have wood. So there's no reason to be tarping in brick right there. Okay, I mean, it's all right. You are in zone, but you're in like the center of where everybody is. So it's gonna be kind of difficult to rotate to the next moving zone if you don't get it. Damn, these zones last for a while. Okay, you got moving zone, which is huge. Right here you don't need a refresh. You have, I believe, 140 brick, like 300 wood, and then like 400 metal. That's what I can see at least. Try to close this, close this while you're popping a big pop, because that guy might just find like an off angle on you and just start shooting at you. Good job rotating. This is through old builds, which is very good. So it's a pretty good zone so far. So in endgame, one of the most important things is that you're always kind of aware of where people are and how they can see you, how they can really just like look at you in different ways. And right there, you were kind of just like staring at him with a pump, if he's even there anymore. Like that's information that you don't have that you should be getting, you know. So yeah. All right. Whoops, I forwarded it pretty far. All right, shockwaving. Okay, a decent shockwave. You could have gone a little bit farther if you you know, tried to like position yourself on like a ramp facing the other way. But just for some reference on how to spend mats in endgame, I'd say one of the best ways is to, and I can't tell if you have 0 eliminations or like 9, just for some reference, but one of the best ways to spend your mats in endgame is try to, when you're tarping, like when you're like doing like a stair floor wall tarp, or you're like just doing like a solo tarp, try to tarp in wood, because not only does that save your hard mats for the late game, it'll just generally help like people understand. Sometimes there's people that will shoot at you. You're more likely to get shot at if you're using hard mats, because if you're using soft mats, people are like, oh, you're not stacked, like you have nothing. And generally, like, people on higher layers, people on lower layers aren't going to really shoot you out as much, just because they realize that you don't really have hard mats when maybe you do. So the whole point of that is just trying to get into your opponent's head and get into all the enemies in the game, like have them understand like what you're doing, I guess you could say. I mean, and obviously their goal is to kill you, and I'm not saying like they're gonna understand that they shouldn't shoot at you, but if you tarp in wood rather than brick here, it'll just be better for you overall. And it'll also save your hard mats for late game. And I'm pretty sure you have capped wood. I can see, maybe not actually. Now you have like 300 probably. Yeah, right here you're kind of just like building floors and tarping in metal, which is not great. Not a smart use of a shockwave necessarily. I think that you could have used that in a better way. You didn't really need that. But now you're in the first moving zone, which is good. There's about, I believe, like 25 people left. Yeah, you just got placement for that. No reason to drop down here at all. Because now zone... it pulls back? Yeah, zone pulls back, which is very lucky, but you should have, not, dropped down there. Great pick. That's actually really good. Oh, yeah, so now you just need to make sure that nobody's gonna third-party you. That's really important. You got a spaz, you got floppers. Ooh, you're doing pretty well, actually. Eat that flopper. Realistically, like, floppers are great, but, like, if you should really try it. No! Nah, eat the flopper. No! Oh, no, you dropped the... Oh, you should have thrown down... So, what you can do, actually, I don't know if you know this. Oh, you need to pop that flop. Yeah. So, I don't know if you know this, but what can happen is you can throw down your shockwave, and then while your shockwave's on the ground, there's like a split second where you can pick up either other items. So, you could have thrown that down, grabbed the big pots, and then jumped, basically. This is... a bit scuffed. You have mats, for the most part. You got that kill on the guy, but... Okay, I think you're a bit panicky here. Like, basically what's happening is, like, for example, if you were in, like, a box right here. Nope, that's a horrible color. Let's use blue. If you were in a box right here, that's also a pretty bad color. Whatever. If you're in a box right here, and the zone is, like, I'm just gonna draw this, like, theoretically. If the zone's over here, and this isn't, like, this isn't, like, a 2D way, so, like, if you're looking from the top of, like, the world downwards... This is where you are. You're in this box, and the zone's right here. And there's, like, I'm gonna say, like, 5 players in between you and the zone. Your job in endgame is not to get around those players, but it's to... Because if you think about it, those players aren't standing still. They're also moving. They're also all thinking, oh, I gotta get over here. I gotta get over here. So your job is to get around these people as well as possible. So you always just gotta be thinking, and this is really hard to, like, properly coach and explain, but what is the best way for you to get to the zone? And how will you do that? Using the least mats, using the least utility, using the least ammo and stuff. Because those are all the things that are important. And I can see that you have bouncers, which is probably what I would do here, simply because it's the second moving zone, and you don't really need bouncers in the latest moving zones because it's very slow. So yeah, that's just for some reference. So that's really important. Alright, whoops. Zone. This is not good. Oh god, that's a weird angle that you have on this guy. Nice kill, not gonna lie, that's pretty good. Nice, grab the mushrooms, that's big. Pop these mushrooms, but you gotta pop these mushrooms, bro. No, dude, pop the mushrooms. Pop the mushrooms, no. Yeah, so, just a couple of things. I think you just gotta be less panicky. You got to really just focus on where zone is and what's the best way for me to get there by using the least mats, the least ammo, the least utility. And most of the time, that's rotating on dead side of zone, which is the side of zone. Like, you can use this, like, you can basically hop into a cone, check it out, like, what side of zone has the least people and how can I rotate the fastest to that side. So that's what you should just try to do. And also, I noticed that you also, like, tried to go for kills and tried to get on layers that you didn't really need to. Like, I mean, obviously, both those kills that you got that game were pretty decent, but when you were, like, dropping for no reason, if zone pulled up, you would kind of be screwed, because you would have to waste, like, I don't know, 15, 20 more mats. Like, it would be, like, I mean, like, at least 15 builds getting up that hill and then, like, you know, going all the way. So, it's just kind of use your mats more wisely, be less panicky of, like, where the zone is and, like, how you can get to it. And also just try to look for good rotates and go for kills at the right time. And one thing I'm going to add on is, if any of you guys watching want to go for kills in endgame, ideally try to go for them on the low ground, because the low ground is where the most people are, and most of the time they're scuffs. People on low ground are low mats, that's why they can't build, and they're on low ground. They're probably low ammo, their guns probably aren't reloaded, which is one of the most overlooked things in endgame. And there's all of these things, so yeah. But if you guys did enjoy this video, I know it was a shorter VOD review, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel down below. I do have a Twitch, and I will be streaming this weekend, so be sure to check that out. It is in the description. It's twitch.tv/Sonata with 4 A's at the end, so it's Sonata with like 4 A's, I guess. And also check out my Twitter. We have like 15 followers on Twitter, which is actually, I thought we would have like at least like 200, but you know, that's fine. I'm not going to be like needy or anything. But yeah, so if you guys did enjoy this video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.